If you help me count down, we're going to count down for 5. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Hey everyone, my name is Kabud. I'm 36 years old and I just decided to run my first half marathon in 8 weeks. Now for those of you who don't know, sports has always been a huge part of my life. I played all types of sports when I was in high school. I played soccer rec league when I was in college, and I continued playing after I graduated. But then about 6 years ago, during one of those soccer games, I actually ended up tearing my meniscus and had to have surgery to remove that portion of that meniscus that was torn. Unfortunately, my surgeon told me that I had to stop playing soccer, and that kind of put a stop to my active lifestyle. I had discomfort when I would run or when I would play soccer, so I actually ended up becoming sedentary, and something that I thought I'd never become. Now fast forward to a few weeks ago, I was scrolling through my iPhone in the health app and noticed that my VO2 max said that I was below average, and that was the wake-up call that I needed, and I knew I needed to make a change right there. So I decided to take action. Since most of the people around me run, I decided to also pick up running and see what would happen. I still had the doctor's recommendation in the back of my mind, and doctors often recommend not to continue running or playing soccer after a meniscectomy, probably because it's the safest route, and it's also probably for liability reasons. And I decided to just look into some literature to understand exactly what were the factors that would increase my risk of developing arthritis in the future. There are a few factors such as quantity of meniscus removed, age at which one had surgery, whether one had pre-existing degenerative arthritis or not, one's BMI. That could be good indicators of elevated risk of potentially developing arthritis in the future for runners. I happen not to have any of these predictors, so I decided to just run and listen to my body. And I ended up signing up for a half marathon. And I'm excited to continue on this journey, take on this challenge, and just have you follow me along the way. Now let's talk about training. We're 8 weeks away from race day, and our goal is to run a sub 2 hour half marathon, which translates to a 9:09 minute per mile pace. Since I'm literally starting off the couch, we're gonna have to find a training plan that is aggressive, yet feasible, and perhaps enjoyable. A quick Google search shows that Zone 2 training may be our way to meet the sub 2 hour goal. Now, what exactly is Zone 2 training, and what are its benefits? Zone 2 training consists of running at a heart rate between 60 and 70% of one's maximum heart rate, and is foundational in building a good endurance base. It offers several physiological advantages. Number 1, it leads to an increase in capillary count, which increases the quantity of oxygen that can be delivered to a given muscle. Number 2, it increases the density of mitochondria, which are the power factories in your cells that produce energy using the oxygen delivered via the capillaries. And number 3, it increases the myoglobin amount, which is a protein that facilitates the transfer of oxygen between the capillaries and the mitochondria. Beyond the physiological advantages, Zone 2 training, because it's run at a slower pace, puts the runner at a lesser risk for injury, and that is something that we'll gladly take. The first couple of weeks consisted of running in Zone 2 anywhere between 3 to 5 miles, and really allowed me to slowly explore my neighborhood and some nearby trails, something that I haven't really done in the past. These runs were very easy, but also very humbling. I remember finding myself repeatedly having to slow down or even walk, especially going up hills, so my heart rate would not spike. The general recommendation is not to increase your weekly mileage more than 10 to 15% each week, but because these runs were easy, I found myself running more and more each week. I went from running 11 miles in week 2 to almost 30 miles in week 3, which is a 150% increase. And without any surprise, my bad knee started to hurt. In these cases, it's important to listen to your body, and my knee just wasn't feeling right. So I decided to go to a sports doctor to have it checked out. The doctor did confirm that there was no structural damage to my knee, but did notice some minor inflammation. He recommended some rest and physical therapy. The physical therapist recommended some warm-ups and some strengthening exercises, and suggested that I visit a running shoe store to have a mechanics checked out. My knee felt brand new after a week of rest, and my first couple of short runs back were uneventful. To test out my knee and my endurance, I decided to go on a longer 7.5-mile run, which is a little over half the distance I would run during the race. I was pleasantly surprised by both my pace and my knee. My knee felt solid, didn't really experience any discomfort, and pace-wise, I ran 10 minutes and 38 seconds per mile, which is about a minute and a half slower than I would need to run during the race to break sub 2 hours. The encouraging part is that I ran the majority of that run in Zone 2, which means that I could run faster during the race. This really gave me a boost of confidence and led me to add some variety in my training after weeks of Zone 2 training with some mild repeats. While the easier Zone 2 training improves one's endurance base, mild repeats really trains one's body to handle higher intensity efforts, help with mental toughness, and recovery efficiency, among other things. Things that are building blocks to having a successful race day, as you don't want to experience these the first time during your race. Okay, so we're here at Prairie Ridge Middle School. We're about halfway through the training, and I'm gonna attempt my first interval training. I'll do 5 miles, and I'll do each mile, attempt to do each mile at a pace of 8 minutes and 30 seconds, and I'll have a minute and 30 seconds of rest in between each mile. My goal for my half marathon is 9:05 minute pace, and that's what I'm targeting, 30 seconds quicker here, and I think it's achievable, but we'll see how I feel and we'll see how we go from there. All right.
Ask me how I did it, I'm telling them grace. Ask me how I'm living, I'm telling them great. New me, no time to waste. Look at me, you see I don't play. I keep running on out of shape. Need a hero, go find a cape. New me, no time to waste. Look at me, you see I don't play. I keep running on out of shape.
All right, so just finished my first mile. Felt pretty good. I think the food is still bothering me. I can still feel it, but it felt good. Heart rate was maybe a little high, but looking forward to seeing if I can complete all remaining 4 and that 8:30 pace.
Keep flowing and keep knowing that I've arrived and keep blowing at 5 aside that ball's going in man each time I never blow it. I'm in my prime. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ask me how I'm living, I'm telling them great.
Okay, so mile number 2 is a little bit more difficult. So we'll see if we can complete the rest of the 3. Again, food is still bothering me, but we'll try to push through the remainder of the training. So 3 more miles to go. Gonna get a sip of water and then we'll get going.
No need for the B-roll, I was masked up with no hero. Breakfast in the morning, it was cereal and an egro. That boy keep going in, I can't let it go to get lethal. Watch how I'm showing it from JFK down to Heathrow again. I gotta keep going and I beat the Rico again. I'm going beast.
2 more to go. I think I can keep the 8:30 minute pace. So we'll see how it goes. So miles 4 and 5 did not really happen. I was using my Apple Watch to time my workout, but it paused halfway through my 4th mile, so I just decided to call it a day. I really enjoyed this morning run. The temperature was perfect. The route I took was very scenic, with the sun peeking above the endless fog-covered cornfields. The gels didn't really cause any stomach issues, and pace-wise, I averaged 9 minutes and 24 seconds, which is about 15 seconds shy off the pace I'll need to run in the race to break sub 2 hours. In a sense, this was a great dress rehearsal for the race when you look at it from a time of day that I ran, as well as the gels that I took. But there was one thing that I could not anticipate. It was being chased by a dog. I was running past this farm, and all of a sudden I hear barking behind me getting closer and closer. And when I turned around, I saw this dog barking aggressively. I had to use my water bottle to keep it away until the owner came and got it. So one word of advice, always be aware of your surroundings when running. Unfortunately, around the 7-mile mark, I started to feel my IT band tighten up, which reminded me that I had yet to visit the running shoe store to have my mechanics checked out. I ended up going to this running store where they had my gait analysis done, as well as collected some measurements, which led me to get the Nike Vaporfly 3s. I'll admit it, I do not need carbon-plated shoes, but what does Deion Sanders say? If you look good, you feel good, and if you feel good, you play good. And in my case, well, I was hoping that I would run good. We're here at Grays Lake. We're a week out from the race. We're here on a Sunday, about to do a long-ish run for about 8 miles. Yesterday we did a 5-mile run at a pretty good pace with these new shoes. Today I want to test out these shoes again, but on a long run, to see if my IT band would flare up. The other thing I want to test out today is actually running my pace that I plan on running during the race day, which is a 9:09 pace. I plan on following the 2-hour pacer for a long period of the race until maybe I detach at some point to run a sub 2 hour. And so today I want to maintain that pace for 2 hours and kind of see how I feel like. So we'll get started here, we'll get warmed up, and we have about an hour and some change to run and go back home. So.
Look, tell a man no trouble, I don't want beef, man, I just want vibes. Big man like me, no need for the telephone hype. I got too much getting online. One rule, then dead I'm on site. Wrong move, I bet they gon' ride. No need for the telephone hype, nah. No need for the snoozing. Big whip outside, I'm cruising. Big stick inside, no losing. Better watch out for the snake and Judas is. Don't ask them who this is. I bet they know what I'm moving in. I bet I show it into a dim. How you hate and then lose again? How you hating my vibes? Why you wasting my time? Getting hype on my line. Tell a man I don't want feedback, I just want relax. Brand new whip, two-tone, I need that brand new hit. You know, like lean back, brand new bits I live in.
All right, so I just ran 6 miles instead of the 8 that I was originally gonna run because I had some IT band issues, so they start flaring up at mile number 1. And so I didn't want to risk any potential injuries before the race. I only have a week left to go. Looks like most of my run was running probably zone 2 and zone 3. So I do feel comfortable about the pace. And I think I have the endurance to run it. Now the only problem is if my IT bands will hold up. My suspicion is that because I ran 5 miles, I guess pretty fast yesterday, and I ran again today, that's probably what's causing the flare up. Either that or just switching to new shoes. So I'll go back to the drawing board. I know we're only a week out, but got to figure out exactly what's causing the IT band to flare up and try to figure out what we can do before the race. If I need to keep going on with these shoes or revert back to my Nike Wind Flows and see if I want to run with those. But the good thing is my knee, actually, like the inside of my knee, I don't feel that anymore. Now it's more just IT band issues, and I think that's something that I could probably, I'd rather deal with that than deal with a knee problem. Knee soreness. So pretty excited. 1 more week to go. I think we'll run sub 2 hours for sure. All right, we're back here at the middle school doing some mile repeats. The race is 2 days away. The goal is to hit an 8-minute per mile pace. So that's hopefully not too much, and I don't overexert myself for the race on Sunday. So yeah, excited to just get and also test these shoes also with the mile repeats. So, all right, let's just get started.
Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, don't know what is in me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up.
I absolutely sent it in that last one. I think I did the first 3 miles at 7, probably 40 something, or I don't know, 720 to 740. And the last one I did at 640, emptied the tank. So feeling good for the race, and hopefully this preps me well for the finish line and to finish strong. All right, I'm done.
This is Some good weather for runners. This is always such a cool event, and this year the route is different. Take a look at this map. This year the marathon.
No need to be worried if you have caution tape in front of you and you're stopped. Your time does not start.
I arrived at the race around 7 a.m., an hour before the start of the race. Given my recent history with injuries, I made sure to thoroughly warm up and stretch. The weather was very favorable, around 50 degrees Fahrenheit, or 10 degrees C, which was much cooler than the temperature I trained in, which, in theory, should make things a little easier. The race gathered a little over 5,000 participants across all races, and kicked off shortly after 8 a.m. My race strategy was very simple. Play it conservative by following the 2-hour pacer until the halfway mark, then pick up the pace if I felt good. Around mile 8, I felt really good. My knee and IT bands weren't bothering me at all, so I decided to pick up the pace and leave the 2-hour group behind. Now, my goal went from attempting to break 2 hours to seeing how much time I could shave off below the 2-hour mark. Over the next 5 miles, my pace dropped from 8:50 to the low 8s, then to the mid 7s. I saw my sister about 2 miles before the end of the race. I powered up, then emptied the tank. 1 hour, 51 minutes, and 38 seconds. We broke the 2-hour mark for our first ever half marathon race, and with some margin at that. The over 150 miles run over the course of the last 8 weeks paid off. Special thanks to all my friends and family that came to cheer me on. My sisters also came in clutch with the hilarious signs. And as I reflect on the last 8 weeks, this endeavor of running my first ever half marathon in under 2 hours was more than just a race. It was an opportunity to get healthier. My VO2 max went from 39 to the low 50s. It was an opportunity to explore my neighborhood and the landmarks where I live. It was an opportunity to teach my sisters how to film on a camera, fly a drone, and basically indulge in activities that I'm passionate about with them. And hopefully, and more importantly, this will inspire more people to run. One of the fondest memories I have from race day is when I received a message from Tammy. Tammy is a cancer survivor I met during Bit Pickup. She used to be an avid runner and was now volunteering at this race. I shared with her my goal of wanting to break 2 hours for my first ever half marathon. She gave me plenty of advice and told me that I'd run sub 2. I don't know why, maybe because my frame looks like someone who can easily break sub 2, but anyway, fast forward to a few hours after the race, I was on my phone when I received a message from Tammy. The message read, "Congrats on your race today, you crushed your sub 2-hour goal." That message honestly made my day. For her to encourage me before the race and somehow find me on social media after the race just to send me a message was really nice. And it is what running communities embody. So if you're watching this, Tammy, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And till next time.